Oh, hi there. Hello, YouTube. So, episode 1. I just moved to Texas. I moved from Los Angeles, California to Houston, Texas. A lot of people seem to be doing that at the moment. I've no idea why. We won't go into that here. But Texans, you have nothing to fear from me, I promise. Anyway, my wife and I moved here, and I managed somehow to convince my wife that obviously we need a car here. We need something reliable, dependable, a daily driver, something we can use and not really have to worry about. And she believed me for the first time ever. She took my advice and got the perfect car. And I mean, well, you know what the car is because you've probably seen the title of the video, but anyway, drum roll. Ooh. So, 1998 XK8. 1998 XK8 convertible in British Racing Green. It worked! Okay. So, first problem was that the remote only came with one remote and one key. If I'd done a bit more research, I would have used that to haggle down a lot with him, because these are only available, it seems now, as used original items. You can't buy new ones. I've seen one on eBay at the moment for like $1,200 for a brand new one, apparently. So anyway, that's enough of my face. Suffice to say, yeah, these are very difficult to get hold of. If you're looking from 2002 onwards, you don't have to worry quite so much, because there are third-party ones available that are not very expensive, but these little sods are hard to come by. And only one key. There's no valet key or spare key. Why do people lose car keys? Why do they lose car keys? I mean, anyway, that's enough of that. Here she is. Now I will give you a little brief tour, and I will tell you what I think so far. But before I do the tour, I might just need to point this out, which I honestly have just noticed sitting on the floor. It looks like part of the tensioner pulley that I replaced about a week after getting the car. So I'm not sure why that's on the floor there. So I think what I'm going to do today is just give a little rundown, basically, of all the things that I've found that are wrong so far, and kind of go over what I think I need to do to fix them. I'm not a mechanic or anything like that. I'm not anywhere near as competent or skilled as some of the other great Jaguar channels that I've seen, but I am very cheap. So I kind of really don't like the idea of paying for other people to work on my car. In no particular order. Let's close the door. Oh, hang on, what's this? How strange. This seems to be a common problem. I think I need to take the door panel off and, well, refasten everything. Oh, and there we go. Here's another one. Now, I've actually, this is a replacement unit I bought from Rock Auto, which is a really great place. It was only $100, because the original one had just snapped off and was rolling around in the car somewhere, and so I thought it'd be easy just to get a replacement mechanism and everything. And no, it's not. It's really like, what were they thinking? People in Coventry, what were you thinking when you did this? I mean, really. My wife is dragging me to England over Christmas, I think, so what I'm going to do is try and find a used armrest from the country where they think it's very uncivilized to have a cup holder in a car. Ridiculous. There's a crack. Oh, it's Texas. Gets quite hot here. I know, let's turn the AC on. But what temperature is it? What is... Oh, no idea. I mean, ultimately, I think I might just have to get a new used replacement panel here from a car that doesn't have this crap. Sorry. This thing is all made of plastic or something, and it's cracked here and here. What a piece of crap. But it seems like I can't just buy this. I mean, why can't I just buy this plastic thing here? I have to buy the whole unit. Even after spending a lot of money on an interior detail, I mean, what? They didn't even bother doing this. What? So there's stains there. These are worrying me a little bit because it looks like there might have been some hydraulic fluid leaking from the lines which go that way. Very nasty. That's nasty. This is nasty. Oh, that's nasty. This is nasty. I think what I will do at some point is get, I've seen online seat covers for around about 400 bucks. That's, again, not really a high priority here. But the guy I bought it from said, oh no, just take it to an upholstery shop. For 100 bucks, they'll fix that. Skeptical. What is that? Now, initially I believed that this was something to do with the auto dimming mechanism. It seemed like from what I read online that this is a problem with this thing. I mean, it looks like, yeah, it's fluid in there. And there was a company that was doing it under warranty for Jaguar, and they're not anymore. You have to pay them like 100 bucks to recondition it, or apparently you can get a one from a Mondeo from Europe, or you can just put another, you know, whatever glass there. Someone did a really cool like backup camera with a built-in LCD screen I saw here, which I'm not really gonna be bothered to do. But oh, one thing I read last night on some dark corner of the internet was someone said their rear view mirror filled up with liquid, hydraulic liquid, from the roof mechanism. That's what they said. I'm a little bit skeptical about that, but I don't know. I mean, the original fluid was apparently this nasty kind of yellow stuff, which is, well, that is, but I can't see something really leaking down the windshield and getting into the... And moving outside to continue the tour. That works. That works. Ooh, there's a Texas jumping spider. The roof, I don't know. The Miata I had last year had a very bad roof that needed replacing, and I replaced it with a nice canvas one. This, I mean, I don't really know what, it's a little worn in places, but it, I mean, it doesn't, I've not really had it out in the rain. This is just thread or something. I haven't had it out in the rain to see if it leaks or anything, but it seems to be basically okay. I need to give it a good clean, I think, and then see what the situation is. There is, yeah, rubbing and some sort of stain thing. I don't know what that is. But on the whole, you know, I'm sure this is the original roof. It doesn't look in bad condition. It's just a bit filthy. Oh, this. That's about as far as it goes down. I've sprayed it with WD-40. Let's get some focus. But it doesn't really want to go down any further than that. And moving inside the trunk, or the boot if you prefer. Yeah. Oh, don't judge me. Yeah. So the CD player works fine actually, but what I've decided to do is not allow any CDs in here that were post 1998. I mean, anything post 1998 is basically crap anyway, so that's that's what I think. But underneath here, look at that. There is the hydraulic pump for the roof. Now, I don't know if that key is in the right position. We'll need to research that. And I also don't know what is in there. It's just under halfway full, so it needs topping off. But I believe the original fluid was kind of a yellowy color, and it had a problem with becoming gelatinous. So it was replaced with a green hydraulic fluid, which I can't remember the name of now, which I have ordered. And so I'm not sure what's actually in there at the moment. It looks kind of browny. I'm guessing, I don't know. So I'm going to extract what's in there and see what it is. And hopefully it's the proper green stuff, and I will just top it off. Other than that, the roof, I mean, it's making a bit of noise at the moment because the fluid level is so low, I guess. But knocking on wood here, the roof does seem to be okay so far. I didn't realize quite what a weak point it was of the car, like a couple of things. But from my delving into the internet, it seems like the earlier cars, kind of pre-1999, might actually be a bit tougher with their hydraulic lines being able to withstand more pressure, which that pump apparently has a stupid amount of pressure. Oh, I think my hydraulic fluid has just arrived. There's the Amazon van. Hello, Amazon van man. And for my next trick, oh, that's weird. The hood doesn't stay up. So actually that's something I can do today because I have these new struts from Rock Auto. This. Who did this? What the bloody hell is this stuck on the side of a car that cost $75,000 brand new? What person in their right mind would do that? Hopefully this will be warm enough here just to be able to peel this off, because it's not obviously covered in a lacquer or anything or a paint. So I'm just gonna wait for a nice, oh Jesus, look at that. I'm just gonna wait for a nice hot day, or get a heat gun perhaps, and just slowly peel it all off, and hope that it's not hiding anything. Like, did someone put this here to disguise some damage or something, or I just don't know. No accounting for taste. Anyway, this also, what the hell is this? It's like some piece of plastic. I don't know. When I first looked at the car, I didn't really look at this bit close enough, because if I had, I would have seen this. This is a real shame. I mean, it doesn't really stand out. This crack here, it doesn't really stand out much. Maybe I can get, I don't know. So let's do these struts. Texas. Here they are. Strong arm. Now, I really do like this. I don't like this, but I like, and this trick that you can do, I'm sure you know all about this, but this trick you can do, Texas, with getting these guys off. Be right back. How cool is that? That's amazing. So there is a little hole down here. You just secure with a bolt or something. Before I replace these struts properly, let's move on to the next feature of this car. Oh, look, the steering wheel goes up and down. How cool is that? I honestly, I nearly walked away when, I'm not that stupid, I did nearly walk away when the guy first started it up. And he kept saying, it's a pulley, it's nothing. And I stood and listened to it for like 10 minutes, and it doesn't sound like it's coming from the top of the engine. It doesn't sound like anything chain related, which is a different story. It's a low grinding, rumbling. It almost sounds like a vibration of some, like, it sounds like a metal pipe being dragged on the floor. and you can only hear it when it's idling. I mean, it goes away with engine speed. It gets worse when you put the AC on or turn the wheel. I will turn the wheel now.
Doesn't like that.
So I got the belt off. It felt like the belt tensioner pulley was pretty rough, and I thought, fantastic, that's what it is. So I replaced that. I started the engine when the belt wasn't on and the noise wasn't there, so that's good. The idler pulley seems fine, seemed nice and smooth. But maybe I should also replace that. On the Carfax it said it was replaced about 10 years ago, but you know, maybe I should just replace it. I think it's about 20 bucks. The alternator moves freely and nicely, no problem. The water pump seems okay. That also was replaced 10 years ago, I guess. And which leaves the AC and the power steering. The AC works fine. The power steering works fine, as far as I can tell. I mean, I've only had it 2 weeks, so I don't really know if the steering is as it should be. It feels a little light, perhaps. But I got a mechanic's stethoscope, and I listened to each component, and the only one that does sound not quite right is the power steering pump, and also the pulley on the power steering pump. I'm not sure if it needs to rotate smoothly like everything else. You can feel something in there. It's not like play in the pulley, it's like something doesn't feel, you know, there's resistance, but I guess there would be resistance because it's full of fluid. So I don't know. I have got another power steering pump and reservoir, which is the next thing on the list that I'm going to do, I think. But everything seems to be running fine on the pulley. I mean, let's take a look. That looks good. Looks okay, right? Again, the water pump. Idler pulley, alternator. Please don't be anything to do with that. New tensioner on there. The tension, there's an indicator on the tensioner that you can't see there, but the tension seems to be fine on the indicator, the wear indicator. Fluid in the power steering fluid reservoir. Now, one thing I did know for sure when I went to buy this car was that it had to have the upgraded metal timing chain tensioners. I was pretty adamant on that, but the guy said he didn't know if it did or not, and there was no paperwork with it. So I just bought it anyway. So one thing that is a real priority is to get the valve cover off there and keep my fingers crossed that the tensioners in there are not horrible falling apart plastic. Please. One thing I'm also becoming aware of as I drive the car more is the transmission weakness, I guess, of this model, and I'm starting to feel little things that I've kind of read about, like maybe I'm imagining it, maybe I'm not, but it does sometimes feel like it's a little slow to go into reverse. Occasionally it will kind of surge. I can see if I'm driving at about 55 miles an hour in a straight line, I can feel that I can see the rev needle going ooh, 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 like the transmission is hunting for a gear. If I put my foot down, then it just it picks up and it goes away. Or also on the cruise control, it doesn't seem to do the same thing. But that's something I'm aware of. So I'm gonna get, as soon as I can get the guy to call me back, Champion Jaguar in Houston. He's a very busy man, but he's got a good reputation, I believe. So I would like for that man to please change my transmission fluid, because I don't think I can do that by myself. And hopefully that will resolve it. If not, I don't really want to think about what the implications are of that. Same with the tensioners. So those are kind of things to address soon. And yes, I'm just running the engine now because I have to keep running the engine once I've turned it on until it gets warm, like needle in the middle temperature level, because obviously it's probably got the Nickersil piston liners, piston liners, that do not like to be ran cold and then turned off. Neither do I. Thing is eating my blood. My God, the bastard! Why do you get off? Ugh. So now moving on with this little thing to replace these struts. It's dead easy, look. You just do that. Strong arm strut. Texas. So this one, what is that noise? That's an animal. That's an animal making a noise, and it's a tiny animal from what I understand. Yeah. So it's getting a bit dark here now in Texas. So I'm not going to carry on doing any more, but tomorrow I got this stuff. This is the hydraulic fluid for the roof, and this is a little extractor pump I got. That's normal, it's fine. But anyway, I'm going inside now because I'm being eaten by flying bastards. Oh, I mean, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, it worked. It worked. It worked. Twice in one day. Good night, beautiful. Sleep tight.